Why president is elected and not appointed? Good morning. My name is Shubham and you're watching episode 7 of Southern Saw Concepts. Today we'll be discussing about the election of the president. There are so many questions in regards to the election of the president. Everyone has read about the Article 54 of Indian Constitution. Everyone knew about how the election of the president has to be conducted. Everyone knew how and who will going to give the vote to Mr. President. But the question does not circumscribe over there. The real question is embedded in Article 54. If you go and if you read Article 54, you will be finding that the president shall be elected by an electoral college consisting of elected members of both the houses of the parliament and elected members of the legislative assemblies. Now I have 5 set of questions. Question number 1. Why the president is elected and not appointed like the governor? Because in Article 155 the governor is being appointed. And why not the president? Because the governor is also the head of the state, whereas the president is the head of the union. Why you do not want to appoint Mr. President rather than electing him? Second question, why there is an indirect election of the president when there can be a direct election of the president? My third question is related to why only the elected members of the both the houses of the parliament is going to give the vote to Mr. President, not all the members, not the appointed members, not the other members. Why only the elected members has put the emphasis? My another question, why only you have targeted the state legislative assemblies? What happened to state legislative councils? So these set of the questions will have to answered by me only. If you check, the Indian Constitution does not speak about it. If you go and if you check, the other textbooks do not talk about this. Because the answer is based on the logic and the common sense. You have to see, you have to analyze the logic behind this. You have to see the common sense. If you talk about first, if you talk about why there is an appointment, why there is an election rather than appointment into the, like as what we have into the governor under Article 155, the answer is very clear. First, common sense, there is no senior of Mr. President. So, you always know that the senior is going to appoint the junior. The president is the topmost leader, sitting at the topmost position of this country. Who is the junior? Who is the senior? No one. Second, why is he indirectly elected and not directly elected? See, you have to put the emphasis over here. Because the constitution wants that the emphasis should have been placed on the ministerial side, that is council of ministers. One. Second, अगर मैंने president साहब को directly elect करा दिया, तो don't you think that there is a tussle between the prime minister and the president? No one can say that the president is acted on the aid and advice of the council of ministers, because president को पूरी इंडिया ने चुना है, पूरी इंडिया के एक एक इंसान ने रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. क्या दिन दोनों प्रेसिडेंट और प्राइम मिनिस्टर की पावर में टसल नहीं हो जाएगा? क्या देयर विल बी, डोंट यू थिंक दैट देयर विल बी अ टसल बिटवीन फॉर अ पोजीशन ऑफ द रियल हेड ऑफ द यूनियन? यस, देयर विल बी. माय थर्ड क्वेश्चन, व्हाई ओनली द इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स ऑफ बोथ द हाउसेस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट? द रीजन इज वेरी क्लियर. द अपॉइंटेड मेंबर्स ऑफ द हाउस ऑफ द पीपल, that is the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. लोक सभा में 2 सीट्स होती थी पहले एंग्लो इंडियंस की. कौन अपॉइंट कर रहा है? प्रेसिडेंट. देयर विल बी चांसेस ऑफ द बायसनेस, क्योंकि प्रेसिडेंट रीइलेक्ट भी हो रहा है अंडर आर्टिकल 57 इफ यू हैव रेड अबाउट इट. अगर आप काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स में जाओगे, दैट इज राज्यसभा, 12 मेंबर्स को अपॉइंट कर रहे हैं मिस्टर प्रेसिडेंट, 12 मेंबर्स. व्हाट डू यू थिंक, क्या बायसनेस क्रिएट नहीं होगी फिर एक बार? If you go and if you see the another domain, that why only the legislative assemblies and not the legislative councils? The answer is very clear. हर स्टेट में आपके पास legislative council है क्या? नहीं है. Second, हर स्टेट में जिस भी स्टेट में you have the legislative councils, क्या वो legislative councils में सिर्फ वही लोग हैं क्या जो इलेक्ट हो गए? नहीं. Most of the people are indirectly elected. Most of the people are appointed, don't you think that there will be a biasness of the same? So these are the questions. Now my question is to you only. Tell me, how many states do we have the legislative councils? You'll be finding more interesting videos on this aspect, where the loopholes are there into the law or where the laws are somewhere silent. You will be able to know, and your question should be why to all those set marks. To find all those things, please watch my video. Thank you so much. Jai Savidhan.